and spinal flexion for the lower back, for the lumbar spine. So you want it to be soft, just coming in and out. Shouldn't feel like a lot of work here. Your feet should be relaxed. You're just letting your arms get straight. So let your feet drop towards your butt, Sid. Good. And then hold yourself like a little egg. You might simply keep your upper body resting here, so nothing for the shoulders. Let your elbows relax. Or if you want a little deeper flexion for your whole spine, lower back, upper back, come all the way up. You might even be able to hold on to your own heels and pull your feet back towards you. Let your shoulders soften. It'll be tempting to work too hard here. Take another breath in and out. Good, Gail. Excellent. Good. Come back down. Keep this little shape in your body and then lower your feet to the mat. Separate your feet slightly. Bring your hands to your hips. Draw your shoulder blades underneath your body. Move your chin away from your chest. Now, you're not going to feel your sitting bones because you're not sitting, but you're going to feel kind of the edge of your pelvis if you pay attention. It's sort of just above your sitting bones. You'll feel some bones that is part of your pelvic bridge. I want you to feel the left and the right side of that. If what I'm saying doesn't make sense, then just feel the left and right side of your upper buttock. If you don't feel the bone, feel the left and right side of your upper buttock. So take a moment here, feel this and feel the back bend in your body. We haven't lifted our hips. We've just arched our back into a back bend. And notice if it feels okay. Does one side of your low back or any part of your back feel tighter? Take a few breaths here. Noticing your spine. And then you'll bring your block between your thighs. If you don't have a block, don't worry. Keep your butt down, but keep your spine arching away from the floor. Press your feet down and, I don't know, 15% press your left buttock straight down. So you're not opening the leg at all. You're just going straight down with the left butt. Like your butt was going to go lower into your mat and your right butt staying higher. Relax that work. Try the right side of the butt, straight down, straight down. And if you feel too much turning on in your lower back, just back off of it. Don't do so much. Okay, come back through center. Let's do it one more time in this position. Left butt pulling straight into the mat. If you notice one side feels better when you do the work, that's the side you probably want to emphasize more. Relax. Try the right butt cheek, pulling down. If you don't get a clear signal that one side is needing more attention, then you'll do both sides equally. All right, if you know now that pulling the left hip down felt really good, or the right hip, that's the one I want you to do. We're going to lift up a little or a lot into bridge pose. We're lightly squeezing the block between our thighs or reaching our legs away from our face and our chin away from our chest. Shoulder blades roll open. Good. So pick the side that you like the best and pull that buttock down towards the floor. Keep breathing. Good. Relax. You're going to pull the same side down if you know that that's the clear winner. Otherwise, pull your right butt down towards the floor. Now, if you pull one side down and the other side of the back gets a little wonky, that's the one you don't want to do so much. Come back through center. Pull your favorite side down. Just a little bit. You're not really dropping your hips much. It's just a little pull down. And come back through center. Here's the trip. I know you want to go and do the second side, and you should if it feels fine. But if the first side felt better or the second side felt better, I want you to emphasize that one more time. So whichever side you need to do it again. Good. Come back to what feels like level. Drop your hips. Lift your chin away from your chest. Maybe walk your shoulder blades a little more underneath you now. Feel the back bend. Lift your 10 toes up for 2 breaths. Spread the toes. And then relax your toes. Lift your hips a little or a lot. See if it feels different from the work we just did. And if your low back is fine, don't do this if your low back's not fine. If your low back is fine, lift your heels up. And then lift your chest a little higher. Not your butt, your chest. Not your butt, your chest. Lift your chest a little higher. Good. Lower everything back down. Move your block out of your way. Let your arms come out wide. Go back to constructive rest. Feet wide, knees together. Super slow windshield wiper your legs. Exhale both legs to one side. Inhale in the middle though, separate your feet, Michelle, so that when you come through the center, you can come back to constructive rest. Yeah, exhale. This will help with the low back, coming back to this more modified position in the middle, and also you keep coming back to letting the hip flexors perhaps have a moment to let go. So when we do a lot of sitting, our hip flexors become short and weak, and then it can tug our pelvis forward, which creates a bigger arch in the lumbar spine. It's called lumbar lordosis. And sometimes that bigger arch in the lumbar spine can be one of the reasons that we get a little tweaky in there. Good. Go one more time to the left. Come back through center. Walk your feet in a little bit more. Cross your right ankle above your left knee. We're holding eye of the needle position. We're going to do some abs before we do some more stretching. Hands behind your head. And then just relax your upper body. We're going to start with the lower body, which is simply exhale, lifting your left foot up. Inhale, tapping down. Now, if it's not good in your body to have a full range of motion, consider putting your left foot on a block so you don't have to go all the way down and up. Just starting lower body. Good, Lindy. Great. Now, as you're doing this movement, I want you to keep your left buttock tacking down. You won't have that feeling of pushing it into the mat like we did when we did bridge pose variation for the sacroiliac joint, but you can slightly tack it down. And you can also use your left leg to really push your right leg to you. We're going to do one more lower body. And then we're going to add the upper body exhale in. Oftentimes I find with those kind of little achy, chronic kind of things that come and go, or they don't feel so scary, they just don't feel great. If you do things really modified for a little bit of time, then you're able to do pretty much your regular practice after you've given your body a minute to adjust. 2 more here. We're keeping the body position. We're just going to add cross body abs. Exhale, left elbow towards your right shoulder. Chin away from your chest so that you're not pulling your neck into too much flexion. And we have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, coming all the way back down. Now we get the payoff. Go ahead, take your left thigh in for eye of the needle pose. Once you're back in the position, a little bit of weight to the left. And then actually focus on your upper body for a few breaths. Hands are holding your leg, but they don't have to be gripping. Wrists soft, elbows soft, shoulders soft. If you're not getting enough of a stretch anywhere in your right thigh, you need a little bit more, consider reaching your right leg to the right slightly. Soften your jaw. We've got 2 more breaths. We're keeping eye of the needle. We're going to do another series with this position, and it's a little different than we normally do. So what you're going to do is so your right knee is on top as it has been. Your left leg is going, your left arm, excuse me, is going straight out to the left. Your left foot's on the floor. So the shape is figure four, but we're not holding our legs. Now really reach your left arm away from you, palm down. Exhale, drop both knees to the right. You can turn your head to the right too for a little extra neck stretch. Good. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Come back through center. Move your left arm up about 3 inches. You're still reaching your palm flat. Come back through center, then exhale back to the right again. Head to the right. Keep reaching your fingers, your left middle finger away from your left hip, and your left hip is also reaching away from your fingers. So you're really opening your body. Gorgeous. Great, everybody. Inhale, back to center. Nice. Take your arm up 1 notch higher, and that's going to be more challenging to keep your palm flat, which is a slightly internal rotation here, maybe of your shoulder. Here we go. One more time. Exhale to the right. Hold. Reach your left leg long. Take about 3 or 4 breaths, head turning to your right. Good. Come back through center. Lower your left arm any way that's comfortable. Reach your right arm to the right. Start with shoulder level, so straight out. Good. Palm down. Exhale. Now we're dropping to the left, which is our more normal way of doing this shape. Good, Barbara. Nice, Sid. Once you arrive, keep some intention of reaching your right arm. So you want that to feel active, but you want your lower body to feel a little relaxed. Good. Come back through center. You might bring your arm 2 or 3 inches up higher. It's just going to open the chest in different ways. And then we come back, exhale, drop to the left, perhaps head turns to the left. Notice how we want to get into the pose and then kind of effort it. Just get into the pose. Keep your body feeling long, but don't work too hard. One more time, come back through center. You might bring your arm a little further up. That's more awkward here in this position. And finally, exhale. Legs to the left, head to the left. Come back through center. Hug your right knee into your chest and circle your right ankle to the out. And the other way. Good. Bring your right leg to the sky. Slowly flex and point your right foot. Hold your flexed foot, spread your toes, let your shoulders relax back. Now, if you want a deeper stretch for your spine, and yeah, you'll also work your abs, you can walk your hands up your right thigh and get a little deeper into your butt. You might not feel your butt stretching, but your butt will stretch more and your lower back will stretch more. But it can be hard on your neck, so look up just ever so slightly. And then come back down if you took that variation. Lower your right foot, bring your left knee to your chest. Hug it in close. This is another good stretch for the glutes and the low back. And then circle your ankle out. If you're on the more flexible side or your body's not hurting today, and I say these things and you're like, I'm not feeling any of that, just know your body's still moving. It's still stretching. You just may not be getting the feedback. Go the other way. Doesn't mean you're not doing anything wrong. It's just you're lucky you don't feel bad and you might be flexible. Although flexibility is sometimes overrated, reach your leg to the sky. Little hamstring opener. Flex and point, working through your calf and your foot. Flex and point. Do 2 more of these, nice and slow. Hold the foot flex, spread your toes. Make sure that you're not tipping to one side. Hang here, let your leg get heavy towards you. You can increase the stretch by walking up your leg if that feels appropriate. Just remember to tip your chin slightly up so that you're not overly flexing through the neck. Elbows are soft. And coming all the way back down, cross left ankle over right knee. We're starting with just the lower body. So exhaling, figure 4, lower body to your lift. You can put your right foot on a block so that you don't have to do all the way down, all the way up. Exhale, using your right leg as the driver to open your left hip, but also to work the abs. And you don't have to add the upper body, obviously, but if you like to, exhale, lift the upper body for a deeper abdominal experience. Good, Paula. Good, Patty. Think of pulling your belly in like we did so simply at the beginning of practice. Good, Michelle. Think belly in more than head lifting. 3. And then right foot down, cross body abs slowly. Again, I'm not pulling my upper body. I'm squeezing my ribs towards my left hip, chin away from chest. 4 more. The last one. And now we get the dessert. Draw right knee to chest. Let your right leg feel relaxed. So you're not, again, you want to go into a really less efforted situation here. Weight into your right hip. If you feel like you need more sensation, reach your left leg to the left. But make sure that you're not going just for sensation. It should feel like you are, unless you're not feeling anything at all, which is fine. But if you are feeling stuff, it should feel like you're somewhere that feels safe enough. If I said to you, which I'm not going to, we're holding this for 2 minutes, it would be doable. You're not into something that's so incredibly intense that you can't wait to get out of it. Coming back through center, reach your right arm. So we're keeping eye of the needle. Reach your right arm straight out to the right, palm down. Exhale, drop both knees to your left. You're making your right hip feel like it's reaching away from you. Turn your head to the left. Keep your right arm reaching, but also not so much so that you feel like a strong effort that's turning on things. Inhale, come back through center. If it's appropriate, open your arm up a little higher, just slightly, palm down. Exhale, everything over to your left, head to the left. Find that fine line of letting your body feel like it's reaching in 2 opposite directions, but you're not working too hard. Inhale back through center, and then reach up a little higher. Exhale, drop. I've just been lately noticing when I wake up in the morning, my spine really is feeling different in a way than I'm used to. And I thought, instead of going into the whole aging conversation, come back through center, keep this, take your arms left. I'm just going to say I'm doing a lot of physical stuff, so no wonder I'm getting feedback of tightness and soreness. Exhale. But I spent a little bit of time, drop your knees to the right, head to the right, just using my bed. You could use a chair. I'll show you later in the practice of doing some modifications of down dog. And then I didn't do anything else. I didn't do any other yoga. Come back through center, bring your arm up higher, and then come back into the side twist. But I don't know, about 45 minutes later, I checked in with my back and I wasn't noticing it anymore. So a little bit goes a long way. And sometimes we just need a subtle little opening before we go on to the next thing. Come back through center and reach your arm up a little higher. And we are active. Exhale. So it is going to make us notice some things in our body. That's not necessarily a negative thing. Just might feel different than you're used to. Deep breath in. Full breath out. We're going to stay here for one more breath. And come back through center. Now we're going to do two more things here and then we'll take a little pause before we move on.